Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to GameStar TV and our coverage of the Paladins Summer 17 Week 3. That's the HEYPAL tournament presented to you by GameStar and sponsored by HEYPAL Studios. They are the ones putting up the prizes. We have about, I don't know, it's like 5,000 or 6,000 crystals every week that we're giving away. So first, second, and third, all of you getting crystals. It's fantastic. Shout out to HEYPAL Studios, and of course sponsor the MVP program sponsored by Paladins. So what do we have here? We're into round number 2, ladies and gentlemen, of HEYPAL, and it's week number 3, round number 2, and we're going to be bringing you Avant, Garde versus Corvidae in our next round. So you can see Corvidae actually seeded at 8th versus Avant Garde. There goes the noisemaker that says the champion's getting chosen. So we'll switch over to that. There you go. And we got Avant Garde on the blue team with Corvidae on red. Avant Garde represented by Leinberg, Kunt, Rice, Corland, and Soch GG. And I do believe Rice likes boys. He said so in Twitch. So if you're a boy and you're looking for a boy, well, you want to talk to Rice. He's available, and it's Valentine's Day next week. So there you go. On the side of Corvidae, we got Matzi, Arkarim, Snug, Estes, and Disobey. And I don't have any personal facts about any of those players either, other than they're really cool dudes. Matzi and Disobey are very, very cool dudes. So, you know, if you're looking for a date for Valentine's Day next week from some cool dudes, non-gender specific, you want to talk to Matzi and Disobey. Actually, I don't know if they're single, so, you know, maybe make some quiet inquiries on the side. So the picks are coming through right now. Of course, the map is not Enchanted Forest. We have this, you know, every week. The spectator client seems to think it's... There you go. So it's Stone Keep here, which I believe is a favorite of the community. Everybody let out a cheer as soon as they saw that Stone Keep was what was on offer for round number 2. So let's have a look. If there are any unusual picks here, Matzi playing Torvald. Now, technically, Torvald shouldn't be played. Oh, no, he is allowed because he was released on the 25th. He was released on the 25th, and I made a competitive ruling yesterday. I do like making competitive rulings. I should do them all the time, competitive ruling, because they sound so authoritative. But anyway, Torvald is allowed. He gets swapped over, and Snug, which is a name I would associate with a Torvald much more than Matzi. In fact, I'd associate Matzi with a Cassie. There you go. So the swap has gone around. Pretty standard. Well, I've got to be careful here whether this is standard or not. So we've got a single support. We've got one flanker. So this is on Avant Garde. We've got a single support. We've got a flanker. We've got a long-range sniper dude and a frontline offensive with one tank. Whereas on Corvidae, Torvald is a tank. He's tanky, isn't he? Tanky DPS, I would say. Yeah, so 2 tanks with Fernando and Torvald, 1 DPS, 1 flanker, and the support. So a little bit of a difference between the 2 teams in terms of their comp, and we'll have to see whether the double DPS is going to win out over the double tank. So let's just have a very quick look at the loadout for those that are interested in what the loadout is going to be. And look at that, I can actually move the camera while that's up, so I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, look at that. So this is round number 2. To give you an idea of where these teams sit on the leaderboard, We have Avant-Garde sitting at 2nd place, and Corvidae are sitting at 7th on the leaderboard right now. That's the situation. So possibly an uneven matchup going on, but we like to give the organizations a bit of love in. So even though Corvidae hasn't had a huge amount of success with Paladins, they are a fantastic organization doing great things in the oceanic esports scene, and so we'd like to give them their support, get them up on screen, and give them some things to learn. Now the first blood goes to Avant-Garde. There's a massive Barney that goes on inside the keep before anybody goes to the point. In the meantime, though, Corvidae has dropped a couple of players down. They've got themselves 18% of the point cap, but they have been driven off right now. The fight taking place off of the point, and the last man standing gets taken down. In fact, Arkarim, I think it's Arkarim is how you pronounce his name. Arkarim managed to run round and then dashed away as he realized, hang on, I'm on my own, yeah, I'm going to get dogpiled a little bit. So, whoa, around the corner hook comes through from the Makoa and forces the engage to come through. Arkarim gets onto the point, he gets a little bit of damage down, but he's now well painful. Tries to dash away but runs into a wall instead. And that's almost a team wipe on the part of Corvidae, and the first point's going to get captured by the boys from Avant-Garde. And that was pretty funny. He must have his sensitivity turned down way low, because I think he tried to spin around and then dash away, but all he did was run into the corner towards the point. Got himself stuck there and got himself picked off in the end. So now the defense is on for Corvidae. They're sitting up, they've got a little bit of high ground, but oh, who cares about high ground when Makoa's hooks are on point. Such GG gets himself a pick, grabbing the offensive player that was up there. And allowing the snowball to keep rolling, the payload to keep moving, heading to the final archway now. Let's head on through and see whether this inexorable push can be halted by the boys from Corvidae. They're running through at the moment, trickling along, trying to hold things back, but with a minute and a half to go, I'm pretty sure that Avant-Garde have this in the bag. Even if they get pushed off the point like they have there, the ultis had to get popped to drive them away, and Avant-Garde right now have 5 ultis to finish the business. Very good aggressive push though from Corvidae. They got themselves a pick and they got their cleanup through pushing forward. And now, well, this could be a bit dangerous. Disobey is way out of position. Natsi on the chassis gets himself picked or pulled again by the Makoa, but this time manages to get away. So that's good. He'll be pleased about that. But unfortunately, dropping like flies right now. The Corvidae's falling from the skies. The roll gets back on. The Paladins, the payload marching forward on behalf of Avant-Garde. But goodness me, a good trickle coming through now from the boys on Corvidae, holding the point up by the skin of their teeth. Evie pops her, has the ice block. Pops her ice block down, holds things back. And it's just great. Every time I ask a question, Agratan's answering it for me off the air. Just a quick yes, giving me the confidence to know 2-0 at the moment in favor of Avant-Garde, but some positive signs coming through from Corvidae. Just unfortunately that their positioning wasn't quite on point, allowing the Makoa to come through and get those picks by hooking whoever was out of position. So we'll see whether Corvidae does anything different again. See if the Barney takes place up here in the keep itself. It's where the high ground is, so that's really where you want to go. Get onto the high ground, get control of the point, and then move through. Of course, it opens things up for some sneaky capping, but as we saw, Corvidae went for the sneaky cap. They had players down on the low ground, didn't have their full force up there on the high ground for the majority of their fight, and that means that they were vulnerable. Bear in mind, we've had an ulti popped already by the Maldumba. Not really sure why he popped that Maldumba. ulti. We'll follow Drogo. Oh, we switched over to him just as he gets pulled, picked out of the air. And this is a very good payload cap that might come through now for the boys from Corvidae. Now they left just one player to cap the point. It's on 74%. Now the rest of his team are dashing back to try and get into place.
Overtime.
And we're into the overtime. There's one opportunity for a counter push. The ulti's getting popped by the boys on Avant Garde to try and get the advantage back. And after a lot of noise and a lot of excitement, it's just such GG on the point right now. In comes Lineberg trying to get himself some picks, but he's been cleaned away. The overtime ticks through, and Corvidae have replied to the first round payload, or the first payload, by capping their own. The question now will be whether the defense of the boys on Avant Garde is going to be any better than the defense from Corvidae was. So let's get a little bit of Lineberg loving onto the screen. He's got himself over to the side, getting his shots through. Misses one. Doesn't matter though, he's getting good damage down, picks up Arkarim, going for his double kill now as he pushes through. No, this is a successful hold on the defense. Pops his ulti, gets one kill, then gets taken down as he's held stationary, of course. And in comes Corvidae. Now they got a minute and a half to regain control. Such GG gets a good hook onto the Cassie, and it is enough to get the damage down, get her out of position, and have her taken down. So very, very tough to maintain or regain control over the payload when your main source of DPS gets taken down so quickly. And now, in fact, the picks are going to keep coming through as Avant Garde push forward. Oh, another hook! And again, it's onto the Eevee. Eevee and Cassie at the moment getting themselves out of position so many times and making them vulnerable to such GG's hooks. Let's give Androxus a little bit. There we go. He's going to have to get out of the way. He's a bit squishy. Here's the flanker. He needs to get himself into a good position. Gets himself way up into the air. It's some good damage going down, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Corvidae, with a very good push, managed to get control of the payload and get it rolling forward once again. 30 seconds to go now, heading towards the final archway, and I don't think now's the time for desperation defense from the boys on Avant Garde. They should be trickling in there and just trying to hold the point, get a group together and get one final push, get your best possibility of breaking this attack through. 5 seconds to go. We'll be going into overtime right now. And, well, it's going to be desperate straight for Corvidae. I don't think that they can do this. They've got two players, one player now remaining. Eevee delaying the inevitable. Pops into her ice crystal. Gets back there, delays it long enough for Cassie to arrive. But Cassie is so squishy, gets taken down, and the successful defense goes through. Now, we're in exactly the same situation as we were in round one, ladies and gentlemen, where Kings got themselves to a 3-1 lead, but Forefront were able to just keep on capping. And they managed to do so 4 times in a row, winning the game in the end. Was it 4 times? No, it was 3 times in a row, winning the game. So 3-1 right now. We know that Corvidae is able to cap the point. They must cap this point to stay in the game. Let's see if they can do it.
5, 4, 3, 2, damsel in distress. 1.
Fernando's such a slut. Tell you what. Well, here we are. We're getting a bit of action for you, ladies and gentlemen, as we follow Disney on the Grover. Oh, things are going looking very, very tough at the moment for the boys on Corvidae. They've had one player knocked down, and very, very wisely, they've disengaged, pull themselves back. They're going to regroup, allow the point to get capped, not panic is the key as they look to get a flank in from the high ground there. You can see on the right-hand side of your screen, we're sticking with Grover. He pops his ulti. He really has to. This is do or die now. If they don't cap this point, well, it's game over for the boys on Corvidae with a victory to the advantage of Avant Garde. And they're doing really, really well. 27% right now. They've driven Avant Garde off of the point. And I'm not really sure why I've got such loud clip-clopping noises going on, because I'm not near any of the horses. So here we go. Now the question is, can Avant Garde get their group together, get their own flank going? They're heading up through the keep, getting onto the high ground, but it's too late! And just as they arrive, fantastic work. I wasn't even watching the payloads, the capture ticker. Corvidae have managed to cap themselves a second payload, and they are pushing through. Now the tables have turned. This is very, very good. Just like the previous round, Kings versus Forefront, the underdogs, Corvidae, coming through and picking themselves up a second point. 3-2, and even if they lose, they'll be pleased with that situation because every point counts on the HEYPAL in the HEYPAL competition, because the Zowie leaderboard gets increased by every single point that you earn. That's for qualification, of course. You're wondering why. We've got prizes this week, of course, for first, second, and third. And at the end of week number 4, the top 4 teams get invited to an ODC where we've got further prizes to be given away. 1,500 crystals per player in the first place team, 800 crystals per player in the second place team on that ODC. And we'll be handing out Plantronics headset as well for the HEYPAL MVP as well. This is a much better push coming through from the Corvidae. They've not really been held back at all since they've capped the point. And in fact, they are looking very, very good to even cap this point as they come through. There's going to be a spawn soon. There you go, 1-2. Oh, Drogos drops down just in time. Keeps the point alive. Weinberg arrives on the point. He's a squishy though. He gets taken out. Rice is there as well. So is Coons. The Makola as well. Absorbing as much as he can. The heals go down as well. Can Corvidae dig deep in the last 30 seconds of the game and actually force a point? Oh, that's a nice blizzard coming through from the Eevee on Corvidae. It's not quite good enough though, because such GG is still there. I think he might have actually spawned. No, he's managed to stay alive for the whole time. And with 15 seconds or so to go,
15 seconds.
There you go. There goes the call. We're going to have one last desperate push coming through from the Corvidae as the ticker counts down. We've had Disobey dismounted, but it's okay. Coming through the flaggy side is Torvald as one of the tanks. They push through. Such GG doing great work there. What is going on? I think I kind of lagged out there, but that's okay. We're back. We're back with the overtime ticking through, and I have a feeling that this is going to be a successful defensive game for Avant Garde. They've dug deep right near the point. As in comes. I think that was Cassidy live. And there you go, the successful defense through there, but by an absolute hair's breadth, ladies and gentlemen. 3-2 now, and the game paused by Lionberg after that piece of lag, I think, probably. So we're unsure exactly why the pause has gone through. We'll see if we can find out why exactly there was a pause. 3-2 at the moment in favor of the Corvidae, though. In favor of Avant Garde. And I think Corvidae will be very, very pleased with that, because they are the underdogs here. Seeded 7th, I think, or possibly even 8th for tonight's match. And let's have a look. You know, in their previous HEYPALs, they only earned, aside from the wins, they only earned 3 bonus points from their losses. So they've already picked up 2 bonus points, so that's great. That's equal their best bonus point record. So they're not looking too bad because, of course, Avant Garde are the 2nd seed tonight. We're back, says Aggro Tank in my ear, and we are exactly that. We've got to capture another point. We're going to follow the slut yet again. That's Fernando, of course. And what are Corvidae going to do differently this time? They are not bothering with the high ground. Avant Garde being a little bit predictable, in fact, heading onto that high ground every single time. The boys from Corvidae looking to get themselves some positional advantage, heading around the back and trying to force a fight. And while they were doing that, Grover, was on the point getting the cap going. So there you go, 34% gone. As we get back onto the point, my camera just went a little bit haywire there. Disobey doing great work. Just keeping the cap going, 44% for Corvidae before they finally get cleaned down. And, well, they'll have the opportunity to get themselves back into it in just a moment. So the points capped virtually equal right now with things ticking in Avant Garde's favor. Again, Corvidae in a situation where they must win this capture point. So we're following Torvald right now. He's got his little zappy gun going on. Takes down 7 focusing on his tank. Not something he would normally do, but as a tank, Torvald, of course, a little bit short range, so he's got to pick. He's got to go for the targets that are presented to him. Unfortunately, he gets taken down, and this is going to be a point and GG to Avant Garde. Well, just like that, Avant Garde managed to turn things around and get themselves the win after a little bit of a scare from the Corvidae. And let's have a quick look at the scores. We've got to pick an MVP, and I'm going to bring Aggro Tank in for the discussion here because difficult to see exactly all the time who the MVP might be. Aggro, you got an opinion on who played particularly well in that round?
Yeah, I'm a little torn for my MVP. Sock was an amazing Makoa, did some amazing plays there, popping his ult to keep himself alive and just keep that push happening. But Corland as the Drogo is just keeping that damage up, and especially that last minute play. We had Torvald go to push everyone off the point and keep that game going, but we had Drogos just get that flank on and take Torvald down, essentially help secure that win for Avant there. So I'm kind of torn between the two. I'm not sure who I would pick. Like, we are seeing Colin with the highest DPS there as well, so Colin definitely is deserving that MVP if he does get it.
Yeah, I'm happy for it to go the way of Colin for his excellent offensive play on the Drogos. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll give you back for a moment. We'll just let you see the scores a little bit more. Just get that up onto the screen. We'll be taking another short break. It will be a short break, though, because all of the other teams have completed their matches. So let's get that onto the screen for you. The brackets, get it up there. So we'll just tidy up the points, the score entries. And once we've done that, we'll be back in a couple of minutes with round number 3 of the HEYPAL Summer 17 week number 3.